أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. Madam Chair, Commissioners, Lead Counsel, Assistant Counsel, viewers and listeners, members of the press, good morning. Welcome to our daily proceedings of this Commission of Inquiry into Local Government Councils and related matters. Without further ado, I have the honor to yield the floor to Madam Chair for our next item on our today's agenda. Madam Chair, over to you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I'll call on Honorable Fall to lead us in Muslim prayers and Honorable Joyner to lead us in Christian prayers. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ali Muhammadin wa sallim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma inni as'aluka bi anni ashhadu annaka anta Allahu la ilaha illa anta al-ahadu al-samad allazi lam yalid wa lam yulad wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammadin fatil lima khuliqa wal hatil lima sabahna bil haqqi silaq wal hadi ila siratikal mustaqim wa ala alihi hadrahi wa al azim. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun wa salamun alal mursalin walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, Amen. Our excellent God and Father, great is your faithfulness towards your children. We appreciate the breath that you lend us to breathe. We commit this day into your hands. You have journeyed with us since the month started. As it bows out gracefully, we ask for new insights, wisdom, knowledge, and renewed strength to face the challenges ahead of us. Let your holy angels go ahead of us. Send your Holy Spirit to dwell amongst us. And as we pursue our daily task, let your grace be sufficient for us. Through Christ our Lord, we pray. Amen.
Madam Jennifer.
Good morning, Madam Witness.
Good morning.
Stand here, face that camera. Welcome to this Commission of Inquiry into Local Government Councils and related matters. Madam Witness, in which language do you wish to make your testimony?
English, please.
Can you speak into the mic?
English, please.
Do you wish to swear, what is your religion?
I'm a Christian.
Do you wish to swear by the Bible or make an affirmation?
By the Bible, please.
Madam Chair, the witness wishes to swear by the Bible. Okay, hold the Bible and then repeat after me. I, Phabian Grante,
Grant,
do swear that
do swear that
I'll speak the truth,
and speak the truth,
the whole truth,
and
nothing but the truth.
nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you. You may be kindly seated. Madam Chair, the witness is sworn. I have the honor to hand over the witness to you for us to proceed.
Good morning, Madam Phabian Grant.
Good morning, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Thank you, ma'am.
Council, can we proceed, please?
Please state your name before the commission.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Phabian Aina Grant Sanya.
What is your name?
Phabian Aina Grant Sanya.
Is that very clear enough, the recording? Can we all hear the witness? Yes, we will take that again. Your name?
My name is Phabian Aina Grant Sanya.
Your address?
I live in Laturia.
And what is your occupation?
I'm a health worker, but nurse by background.
Can you please give us your educational background?
As mentioned, I'm a nurse by background. I'm a BSc holder in nursing, master's in nursing, master's in reproductive health, and currently I'm doing my doctorate. So I work at the Ministry of Health as a principal health researcher.
You recall that a statement was obtained from you?
Yes.
We'll show you a copy.
Yes, it's the same. I have it here. Yeah. Yes, yes, I got it, dated 29th August, 2023.
We apply to have the statement of the witness, Phabian Grante, to be admitted into evidence and marked as an exhibit.
The witness statement dated the 29th of August 2023 is hereby admitted in evidence as an exhibit, and it is marked as LGC/BCC/PIG/001.
As the commission places. Now, where do you work?
I currently work with the Ministry of Health.
Since when?
2009.
As what?
As first, I was as a BSc holder, as a nursing officer, and later promoted after my studies to senior nursing officer, and then later promoted to principal health researcher.
Now, you were contracted by the BCC Ostend project. Do you recall this?
Yes, please.
What was it about?
It was about a health component that they had. It's a research health component that I was contracted to on the effectiveness of fresh leaves aloe vera to compare with 1% silver sulfidase in the healing of first and second degree burns, which was a comparative studies. So when I was contracted, what was informed to me, it was just to spearhead the health component and looked into the research aspect, since I have been doing researches at both community and also in institutions.
So how were you engaged?
Yes, initially I was engaged. I was introduced to the BCC team by the former clerk, and how I was introduced.
What is the name?
Dr. Jones.
Dr. Jones?
Yes. So, and how Dr. Jones contacted me to the BCC people was I was engaged in the community research. So alongside the community research, Dr. Jones was introduced to me by the former deputy mayor, that is Omar Toure. So that's how I got the link to know Dr. Jones. And based on my research and the mapping I conducted in Banjul, that's how Dr. Jones informed them that, okay, we have someone, a health worker, conducting research at both community and also in schools. So instead of starting like to recruit another person, let us just continue with her so that this project, the research aspect, can be covered. So that's how Dr. Jones introduced me to the team, and then he informed the project team, that is Mamlai and Gano, Alfosino Gano. So when they called me, I told them, anyway, I am already conducting a research, a 5-year research for both in school and out of school. So I am already overloaded. So they say, no, you can, I think you can do it, because it's just that we just need this component to at least so that we can complete it, because they started something that they don't even know how to contact the hospital, what to do, whom to engage. I told them, anyway, I will guide you people, but if you can search for someone else, I think it will be better, because I am already engaged. They said they have searched someone and they started with someone, but they couldn't proceed with that person because that person already got another job. I said, okay, well, since I am doing my research in Banjul, I will see how best I can. So they informed the Austin people, that is Jonas and Peter. So they contacted me and we had a Zoom meeting. When we had a Zoom meeting, I was introduced to them and they requested for my qualifications. I informed them about my qualifications and they requested for my CV. I submitted my CV to them. So Jonas, who was the coordinator for Austin, said, okay, we were looking for these qualities, a nurse and also a health worker, as well as a researcher who can help us do this research. So we had a Zoom meeting. That's how they interviewed me. And the Zoom meeting comprises of 4 people. That was the 2 coordinators, that is Mamlai and Jonas, and the managers, that is Gano, and also Peter. So that's how we had a meeting. That was in 23rd of February, 2021. We had a Zoom meeting and we started the conversation. So I asked them, anyway, I cannot just start a research like that. I need the protocols. They said they don't have the protocols, like the document about the health component. They told me, okay, we will send you the research aspect. So when they sent me the research aspect, I looked at it. I told them, this is a research. A research is not a one-man show. It needs different stakeholders within the health fraternity to do this. They say, but it's just to go and see what people are doing. I said, no. I did research, I did different trainings when it comes to research, and I can't do it alone. I have to involve the hospital. I have to involve the hospital to also inform the health workers who are there. So I asked them, did you inform the hospital? They said, no. I asked them, how do you intend to do this research? Because these are 2 big institutions in Banjul, that there must be an MOU, a memorandum of understanding, and also a partnership. Between BCC and EFSTH. So they started, I told them to write a letter to inform the CMD. And the CMD, by then, it was Professor Nyang. So they said, no, Phabian, since we are giving you the health component, I think you have to do that. I said, no, I'm not working for you people. I'm not working with BCC. And I can't write a letter to them. I believe that you have an admin and you have a project administration. You have to do that. So it was the responsibility of Mamlai to do that. But Mamlai always asks people to write letters and then forward to him to incorporate the letterhead. So when I just say, okay, write this, send your coordinator to go to the hospital. They say, no, they cannot go to the hospital because they are prone to, they don't want to deal with blood.
They don't want to deal with blood?
Yes, because they are always like, personally, they don't like going to the hospital. But I asked them, anyway, how can you do a research at the hospital without going, being the coordinator and also being the manager? They said, now you are the health expert, you can do it. So I went to the hospital. Since I have passion in what I do, I used to work at the hospital. at the AFSTH. That was in 2009. So I went initially, I communicated with the CMD, then that was Professor Nyan, and then he directed me to communicate with the Chief Nursing Officer, that is Madam Sister Haraja, and I explained to her about the intent, that the things that BCC want to do. And she told me, anyway, they came here, but I didn't understand what they want to do. Since now they have you, I believe you can explain to us what they want to do. So that's how I explained to her. She said that, anyway, Phabian, you're used to this system. You're used to doing researches. You've been working here as well. Just do the normal procedures, write a letter, and then we can then identify our health workers. Because it was for pediatrics, and pediatric is children. So at the pediatrics, you have different nurses that works at the both surgical and also at the medical department. So when I informed Sister Haraja, she then called the matron of the pediatric surgical unit. So the pediatric surgical unit, the matron was also called. So we had a meeting, I and the hospital team, including Professor Nyan, and also the University of the Gambia for the researchers. Because we need research, we need also paramedicals, both laboratories and nurses, to start this work. So since the 23rd of February 2021, I've been dragging with them and informed them that I cannot start this work without having this team. I cannot start this work without having the relevant materials. I cannot start this work without having the adequate facility to conduct this research. Because since it's a bond research unit, we need a building, a structure, wherein patients can be transferred there to do the dressing. So that's how I dragged with them for 1 year, going back and forth, back and forth.
For 1 year?
For 1 year.
Without
So,
any contract or engagement
there
or
was
agreement?
There was a letter that was given to me, and it indicated that I have to be the head of the health component, especially—
Do you have that letter?
Yes, 1 minute. Especially the research aspect. So when they wrote that letter, it was Mam Lai who wrote the letter. I read the letter, and I then told him back that I cannot accept this letter. It has to be amended. There must be a letterhead. There must be a signature from Aston, and there must be a signature from the CEO. So he took back the letter. You understand? But so my communication with them was mostly with the people from Aston, because they really needed this research aspect to be conducted. So then Jonas wrote to me and said, okay, Phabian, can you just please start? They will write the letter. And I replied to them with the letter. I told them that I will not. It was offered on the 20th of February 2021. And the letter that I gave them, they didn't give it back to me. So I wrote a letter, offer as a consultant with the City Link Austin Banjul EU project, quoting the reference number of that letter. So when I replied to them, which is specifically here, because what they intend to give me, I told them, no, I cannot do this. What was mentioned is just to do the research aspect, and not to do other aspects, other subcomponents, because the research, the health component have different subcomponents, which wasn't mentioned to me at the initial stage. So I wrote to them. Since then, they didn't give me a letter. But since, like, Mr. Jones was telling me, hey, Phabian, just help us to do this, because we really want to do this, because they've been dragging with BCC based on the five component of the project that they want to do. So the health did not go anywhere, and they needed this. I told them, anyway, based on the passion and my reputation as a health worker and also a researcher, I will just try and do it. So that's how I started working with them.
May I please see the letter? We apply to tender A letter addressed to the CEO, Banjul City Council, on the 20th of February 2021, from Phabian in a Grante, the witness, to be admitted to evidence and marked as an exhibit.
Shall I proceed?
Just wait a minute. We have applied to have the document admitted into evidence. Again?
A letter dated the 28th of February 2021. The letter is addressed to the Chief Executive Officer of Banjul City Council, and it has the caption of offer as consultant with the CityLink Austin Banjul EU project, and it is signed by Phabian Grante Sanyang, and it is copied to the project coordinator, Banjul Austin CityLink BCC. The letter is admitted, and it is marked as LGC/BCC/PIG/002.
As the commission places. Now, what was sent to you was for the health component.
Yes.
And you realized there were 5 subcomponents.
There were other 3 subcomponents.
Other 3?
Yes. Because the project has 5 components.
5 components.
And one of the components was health.
Yes.
And under the health component, it has also 3 subcomponents.
3 subcomponents?
Yes.
And this was not disclosed to you earlier?
No.
And was it sent to you at the first, in an email that was sent to you to tell you about the component, the health component?
It was about on a meeting, during our Zoom meeting, yes.
And so the letter that you wrote to them was to accept just one of the 3 components?
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Okay, let me read it, please. It says, offer as consultant with the CityLink Austin Banjul EU project, reference 68/Austin/EU/BCC/73, bracket 1. I am writing to confirm my acceptance of your offer of the 19th of February 2021, and honored to join the Banjul City Council project. I did thoroughly review the details of the position in the letter of offer I received. The monthly remuneration captured in the letter is $25,000 for one task, which is a research component to be conducted at the AFSTH on the health component Austin Banjul EU project. A detail of the health component wasn't specified at the inception. Having started, I realized that the health component has 5 subcomponents, so it's not 3, it's 5.
Okay.
Correct?
Yeah. Let me just confirm here something.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
So it should be 5
5
subcomponents.
components, okay.
No, I stand to be corrected.
Yeah. Actually, let me just confirm with this key. No, it's supposed to be 3.
Please speak into the microphone.
Yes.
5 subcomponents.
Yeah, 5 subcomponents. 5 subcomponents.
And
yes.
one was
Research.
only highlighted to me to work on. Which one was this?
Come again?
Which one was highlighted to you to work on? Which
Research.
Research.
Yes.
Now, I would like you to increase another $10,000 in addition to what has been offered due to the multiple tasks I'm doing for the health component. I have started all the subcomponents and will await a further correspondence from your office and a new contract offer letter. I look forward to working with you and your team. Now, to start with, what are these 5 subcomponents?
The 5 subcomponents, if I may read here, one of them is...
You have a document you're reading from?
Yes.
And what document is that?
This was the letter document I requested at the beginning, before I start. That was about the project, that is the future-proof Banjul City Austin project, regarding the different components. And also they sent me just the highlighted health component, including the 5 key cooperative actions. So they sent me this document wherein the health aspect was captured only.
Okay.
The health, yes.
May I please see that document so that we can have it admitted as well?
Okay.
Then you can elaborate on it. We apply to tender a document produced by the witness from the Austin project. Who sent you this? The coordinator?
Jonas.
Jonas sent you this?
Yes.
Right. To be admitted to evidence and marked as an exhibit. It has the 5 key cooperative actions for the project and the health component as well.
Madam Phabian in a grant, Sanya,
Yes, please.
is this the project document that you presented to the Banjul Ostend project?
No. This was given to me by Jonas. I requested for the different subcomponents, the health aspect.
Okay.
Yes.
So what is this document?
It's about the subcomponent of the health project.
Okay.
Yes.
Which is addressing the issue of business, social inclusion, innovation, health, and environment.
No, the last one, the down. They have their key 5 components for the project. So one of the key 5 components one of them was health.
Yes.
Yes, so that health now, the breakdown of the health component.
Okay.
So that's number 5, making healthcare and hygiene practices more accessible and exploiting the potential of medical plans.
Yes, my challenge is that it doesn't have a caption to classify the document.
No. Because the full document is with them.
Okay.
So
this was an extraction
from the full document,
so
which I've never seen the full
document that is
document.
showing the 5 key cooperative actions
Yeah.
for that you were supposed to deal with.
Yes.
Thank you. The 5 key cooperative actions presented to the witness for execution is hereby admitted in evidence as an exhibit, and it is marked as LGC/BCC/PIG/003.
Ask the Commission, please. Now we'll give you back the document. You can guide us through the 5 sub-components under the main health component.
Thank you.
Yeah, I've asked the witness to guide us through the 5 sub-components under the main health component.
Okay, shall I state them?
Yes.
Okay. So I'll start with the one I was informed to do, which was the Burn Treatment and Recycle Center.
Where can we find that? Which page of
This document at 5.3.
5.3? Okay, please guide us through 5.3.
5.3 was dealing with burn treatment.
Treatment.
Yes, burn treatment, to test the effectiveness of aloe vera, fresh leaf, compared with 1% SSD, that's a silver sulfidized cream, in the healing of first and second degree burns, which was a comparative study.
That is the main
Yes.
health component itself.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So the main health component, that is the research aspect. So since I mentioned at the beginning that I cannot do it alone because it's a team, it should comprise a team. And when they mention the fresh aloe vera leaves also, this is an other outsider who should provide the aloe vera leaves. And also, there must be also a treatment center for...
Fresh aloe vera makes it one sub-component.
No, it's incorporated. It's all.
Okay, please proceed.
Yes. So now also, when dealing with burns, because at the hospital, after having several meetings with the hospital team, normally their burns patients are being treated on top of their beds. That's where they do the dressing all. I told them, since it's a project, and the project, because I requested for the budget initially, but they didn't send it to me. I have to go back and forth to know what it entails. Because dealing with an other institution, they will need to know the budget to involve their staffs.
You asked them to provide you a budget?
The health budget.
The health component budget?
Yes.
But then they never provided?
No, until I asked for it, then Peter sent it to me.
And you have that?
I have the budget. Yeah.
Can we please see it?
Okay.
We apply to tender the health budget component as produced by the witness for the BCC Austin project into evidence and to be marked as an exhibit.
The budget health component of the Banjul Austin City project is hereby admitted in evidence as an exhibit, and it is marked as LGC/BCC/PIG/004.
As the Commission places. Now we'll come back to the budget, but please proceed with the components.
Yes, so when it comes to the health, after providing the budgets, I told them, okay, since the research, I'm tasked to spearhead the research aspect, I have to at least recruit some staffs from the hospital. So that's when I went to the CMD and informed him. So the CMD identified the deputy CMD to work with me and also with other staff. So the deputy CMD was recruited and they informed the doctors about the project.
Who is the deputy CMD?
The former deputy CMD was Charles Robert.
Charles?
Dr. Charles Robert.
Charles Roberts?
Yes.
The clinical investigator?
Yes.
Proceed, please.
Yes, Charles Robert. So then after, when Charles Robert informed the chief matron, Sister Horeja, so as I explained, Sister Horeja also called the other staffs and mentioned to them about the study, and the other staff were informed, okay, this is a research that will be conducted here in the hospital, so we need also guidance of researchers. So since the letter mentioned that the bond research mentioned that the possible stakeholder, one of the possible stakeholder is the University of the Gambia. The University of the Gambia, there's the nursing and midwifery department. So that's where I went, informed the head of the department that this is the research that we are supposed to do.
Who is the head?
The head, Dr. Gina Bassi.
Doctor?
Gina Bassi. So she was identified as the PI, since it's nursing department, PI, principal investigator.
Please proceed.
And we have also a co-principal investigator.
That's Jennifer Sisao,
yes. And the co-principal investigator, Dr. Thomas Sanger. So we started that team now, and the Sister Horeja, they identify 4 nurses there. And then since it's health, and according to the Austin Bank State Council, Red Cross is also part of it. So they identified 2 Red Cross staffs who were already intern at the hospital.
Their names?
Rabiatu Jalo, I believe, and also Shehu Kamara.
Right. Proceed. And,
yeah.
And Shehu Kamara?
Shehu Kamara or Sisao? Sisoho, I can't remember his last name.
Shehu Sisoho?
Shehu, yes.
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 Proceed.
So then, since it's also a bond, dealing with some bonds can also come with infection, the team, when we have the meeting with the full team at the hospital, they mentioned that the laboratory must be part of it, the laboratory, and the laboratory head was informed, that is Dr. Hadiba, was informed about it. So she too also identify 2 lab technicians to be part of it. And also we need also a data entry clerk that was also identified, that was Fatou Sise as the record officer. So that's how the team was set up, yes. Because I did not personally recruit them, but it was through the hospital and the university that recruited staff to work with me. So since BCC, the project wanted me to...
Not through the university, it was done informally, but you consulted them informally.
Yes.
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 So it would not be through the institutions, because communications would have to be formal, and we don't have evidence of that yet.
Yes. Yeah. So that's how we composed that team. The nurses were identified by the head nurse, the CMD identified the CMD, and also the lab heads also identified the staffs, and also the CNO also identified the clerk. So that's how we composed the team, and we had the meeting. So once that meeting was conducted, they asked me, okay, how much is the research? Because at least they have to just support the staffs who are there, who are being part of the project.
Before you proceed, I still want to see the 5 subcomponents of the main component.
Yeah, because I was focusing more on the research.
Yes, but can you name us the 5 key
The 5 themes,
subcomponents?
yes, okay. That is accessible to healthcare, which I didn't cover. You also have the...
You did not cover?
You also have the proposal hospital hygiene education self-sustaining program.
Proposal?
Proposal hospital hygiene education self-sustaining program. That is 5.1. Then you have 5.2, proposal accident and emergency care ward, which wasn't also covered. The Burn Treatment and Research Center. Yes,
what?
that Burn Treatment and Research Center. That was covered, yeah.
Is that all?
Yes, that's all.
You named 4.
So that's what I have here.
By my count, I have 4.
Yes.
Okay, let's proceed.
Okay. So, okay, since it's the Burn Treatment Center, and when after that composition, I told them, okay, we need to do a lot of things before we can start this project. Because before we can start this project, one of the things, since they wanted the aloe vera, they need to provide aloe veras. So then Peter told me that they had planted about 500 aloe veras within the hospital. But when they came after a year, all the aloe veras were disappeared. So I wasn't there by the time. I told them, how did you get the aloe veras, the fresh leaves? Because you want an evidence base when it comes to plants to be incorporated at the hospital. So I informed the hospital that, okay, this is what they want to do. For them, they don't want a comparative studies. What they want is a case study. But the hospital told them that, like, they've been treating burns, and they have been using other materials, other treatments to treat burns. So why not do at least a comparative studies? That is to compare what they have been doing and also the new innovation. So it was a back and forth thing until at the end they agreed.
But if you don't have a study for the new discovery, you would not be able to do a comparative analysis.
Yes. So what they did was, so like they had a meeting, we had a meeting, and I told them, anyway, the meeting is not enough because it's a research, and we will need an ethical approval from the hospital research committee. So that's how I told them, and also with the research, we must provide a concept. And the concept will be developed to become a proposal. And the proposal, under the methodology, there will be a methodology which will indicate what are we going to do, and how are we going to do things as well. And also the sample size of what we want to do, because we cannot do the whole hospital.
Was it done?
Yes, yes. Let me just proceed before I show you the document. So I told them, since investigators were identified, so we will write a proposal. They will facilitate the proposal, write everything, then we submit it to the BCC and the Austin as well as the hospital. So that proposal was done to talk about how we intend to do it, how aloe vera has been an evidence in other countries, how plants have been used to treat burns, especially aloe veras. So other countries were using the modified one, but Gambia, they want to use the real plant to treat the burns. So that's how we got, the principal investigator and the co-principal investigator, including my support, as also as part of the team, developed a proposal, and the proposal was submitted. So this is the research proposal that was submitted to the hospital and to the research team.
May I please say it? Was this done by any member of the team before, prior to?
They didn't do anything. Nothing absolutely was done within the level, at the level of the BCC. They just wanted a research. But I told them that research, it comprises of a lot of things before we can effectively start the work.
Now, did the team that you, let's pass, did the team that you set up, including yourself, of course, have any experience in this kind of research, this specific research, not kind of research, specific research in relation to aloe vera?
No.
Before?
No, we normally do public health researches.
You?
We normally do public health researches.
Yes.
So this.
Go ahead, go ahead.
So this is also a public health research. So this was a new thing. So we did, that's why I told them that we have to write a proposal, we have to find literatures regarding this aspect.
Okay.
Yes. And I asked them, so they told me that no, normally they will not do it because there is an organization called Care for Natural, and they have been using aloe vera to treat burns. I asked them, where is that? Is it an institution, identified institution, certified institution? They said, no, it's just a community, local people that does use the aloe vera to treat the burns.
We apply to tender the research proposal with the title, Effectiveness of Aloe Vera Fresh Leaf Compared with 1% Silver Sulfadazine. Did I say it right?
Sulfadazine, yeah.
Sulfadazine cream in the healing of first and second degree burns at Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital, a comparative study. There's the Banjul City link, Ostend, and at the University of Applied Science at Gent University. So to be admitted to evidence and marked as an exhibit.
The research proposal titled Effectiveness of Aloe Vera Fresh Leaf Compared with 1% Silver Sulfadazine Cream in the Healing of First and Second Degree Burns at Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital, a comparative study for Banjul City, Ostend, and Atfield University of Applied Sciences, Gent. This research proposal is admitted in evidence as an exhibit, and it is marked as LGC/BCC/PIG/005.
As the commission places. Now, these individuals were appointed or employed.
No.
The ones that you identify, is it about 17 of them? How many of them?
Yes, about 17, I think, 16.
17. Now, were they appointed as employees or contractors for the project?
No, they weren't appointed, they were identified.
Yes.
They were identified to support the research.
How were they remunerated? How were they paid?
They were paid initially, let me go back to the budget. When they showed me that budget, that's about 2.1.
Do you want to see the budget?
No, it's 2.1. For the research aspect, it's 2.1. 2,100,000.
Okay.
Yes. So when I told them, okay, this is the budget, and you know that I told them this budget is not enough for research. It's too small. Because we going to recruit people, and also the same budget, that's where they were going to purchase the aloe veras.
How do you know it is too small?
Yes, because we did a breakdown, I and Jonas.
Do you have the breakdown here?
Breakdown is here. Breakdown is here. And also, they were supposed to build a structure, and the structure must be equipped. The same budget we have to buy also consumables for the patients.
Let's see the breakdown. You prepared the breakdown.
Jonas and I, and the former accountant, that was Ndei, sister, something like that.
But it has to come from you. You were the expert.
Huh?
So it has to come from you. You were the expert to show that it is not sufficient to cover that component. That would come from you. Am I correct?
Right.
We apply to tender the proposed budget aloe vera bonds and research into evidence as an exhibit. Did they increase the budget?
Yes.
2?
Here. Yes, it was increased. No, they didn't increase that budget, but the personnel, it was increased.
What was increased?
For the personnel.
For the personnel?
Yes.
What do you mean the personnel was increased?
The support staffs.
The number was increased?
No, the amount
to be paid.
To be paid.
Yeah, that will comprise of the budget, would that not?
Yes, but I will later explain.
Okay. You go ahead and explain. I want to see whether we tendered the two.
Yes, so when they
same.
Yes, for that budget, so the same budget, that's where they're supposed to get the plants, that's where they're supposed to also construct a center, that's the bond center, at the same time also buy consumables, and also for nutritional support for the patients, the identified patients, because we were supposed to, the sample size about 52 patients, but since it's bond, we didn't, there was a limitation to get all the 55 candidates that we wanted to do the intervention of the research. And also, like, regarding the project, the construction of the place was not under my side anyway, because I told them that it doesn't concern me. Let them go with procurement, and the procurement officers will communicate with the hospital, with the technical staff, with the support staff, to give you a budget of how much will it entails for the center.
The bond center.
The bond center.
Was that done?
Yeah, it was done. It was done.
It was constructed?
It was constructed. It's at the hospital, attached to the bond unit. That's where we normally do the treatment. It was constructed, and also the consumables, the things that were needed for the center.
Yes.
Some of them were provided.
By
the project. Yes. So because they dealt with one of the constructors at the hospital, and they were doing it with...
they were doing their own procurement for that?
Yes, they do their own procurement with the former procurement officer, that is Keta.
Well, would you have the list of the consumables that were procured by Mr. Keta and team?
No, since I told that it's not part of my mandate, I cannot.
Yes, but what was procured?
It was, they had their own thing, they did.
But you were overseeing
I'm overseeing it, but it was not under my side, it was construction.
You would need to know what is procured for you to have results in the research.
Yeah, that was submitted to them to communicate with Keta, and Keta prepared at least, I think, a BQ something, BQA.
Yes, bill of quantity.
Yes.
I don't know.
So it's about building, so I didn't really focus. What I just wanted is let it be done.
Okay, it's about construction.
It's about construction.
It has nothing to do with the actual health consumables and all that.
Yes. So so they did it, and they recruited their own person in partnership with EFSTH technical team. So that's how, after constructing, because we couldn't start the work without that building. So at the end of the building, now I thought, okay, now we need the aloe vera. Where are we going to get it? They told me that, okay, they got it from Care for Natural, that is in Maria Makunda. I asked them how do they know that person. They say, oh no, she's a Dutch lady. She normally does that. She had like 100 hectares planted with aloe veras. So that's how they connected me to her, yes. And I told them, okay, since they said that like they can get it from her, and she has been doing some bone treatment with aloe veras, can we also organize a team, our team, to go and visit that place? So they organized it. That's how we all went to the center and met the lady who does it at Maria Makunda. She has, yes, the hectare of aloe veras. And we also met some children there, line up for the aloe vera treatment.
Now let me assist you.
Yeah.
For the part, especially the financial part concerning you. How were these 17 people?
Sorry, Council, can I admit
Yes,
this document?
yes. She has a document that said that
No,
perhaps an addition.
you have already given me.
Yes, I want to see whether we can.
Proposed budget.
Yes, I want to see whether the two documents are to apply to have it as an additional document, because it appears as if that document gives meaning or completes the document you have. Let me see the document you have. This is the additional names of the people.
No, these are the names of the support staffs.
10 of them. Is that different from the previous one?
There's a 10 listed, but you have breakdowns of the nurses.
You have what?
The breakdown of the nurses.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, we applied to the Bond Research Clinical and Support Team together, the Honorable Chairperson, with the document you have. There's the, this is the budget. Yes, your voice.
Proposed budget, which is the aloe vera bonds research and the bonds research clinical and support team. These two documents are admitted together as exhibit in evidence, and they are marked as LGC/BCC/PIG/006. Council, before you proceed, can I have the stapling machine? Let me staple this. Madam, can you confirm for me whether this, look at the budget which we have just admitted, that is LGC/BCC/PIG/006. Is this the budget, and is this the correct budget? Look, yes. Please take a look at it and tell us.
Come again?
Yes, I said, please take a look at the budget.
Yes.
Is it correct?
This one was given to me by Jonas, that was extracted after developing.
Well, can you look at it again to see whether it is correctly presented? Madam Sanyang,
Yes, this was the budget for the
no, what I
bonds.
mean is, was it correctly presented?
This one?
Yes.
What do you mean by was it correctly presented?
Because when you presented the document, it was not in the proper order.
Yes.
Yes. And after looking at it and going through it, is it now in the proper order?
Now,
Yes.
after being arranged, yes, it's in the proper order. But what is here and the previous one that is highlighting the research aspect, which is 2.1, and what is here is not the same. Reason being, I asked them when I started, you told them that like 2.1 was highlighted for the bond research, but why do we have 1.7? And what was informed to me verbally is they took some of the health money to buy consumables during the COVID-19. COVID-19, they bought some masks, hand sanitizers, and others to supply to the communities in Banjul. So you can see the 2.1 doesn't reflect here. You understand? Because they started things before I even started with them.
Yes. Now, my second follow-up question is there any communication attaching this, when you were being sent this part of the budget, because you said it's lifted from another document? Because my problem is there is no signing off on that document to show where it is coming from and who gave it to you. And there is nobody signing off on that document. Right?
Yes, no, there was.
Was there any email attaching this document when it was sent to you?
No, because Peter, by the time Peter was in the Gambia here, so they just extracted it and printed it out for me to take a look. So when I took a look at this, some of these items were not in line, but there was nothing that was signed. Because what they wanted is they just wanted this to be done.
How did you reconcile what is in this? Because if I am correct, what is on this exhibit is proposed budget.
It was a proposed budget,
yes. What is in the other document? What is it? What is in the other document? Is it the actual?
The proposal. Which one? The first one I sent.
The one that has the 1.1.
2.1.
Is it 2.1 or 1.1?
2.1.
Yes. So that 2.1, is it the actual or also a proposal?
That was the actual budget from the project that was extracted and printed out for me to take a look.
So it is different from this one?
Yes.
As you have just seen?
Yes.
Okay. The council will further ask you a question.
Okay.
Please let me have it back. And let me just give you this research proposal. Please take a look at this document. It's Exhibit 005. Now, this document, give her this document. Please take a look at the document.
Okay.
This one.
Yes.
Please go through the document. Yes, please go through the document and see what you can tell us. Is it just one set or two sets?
Yes, it's two sets. It was
And do you
printed out
agree that
and
it is also not properly put together?
yes, because I
And
just printed it down.
Or who is the author of this proposal?
The research team,
And who is the head of the research team?
Dr. Gina Basi and
Who?
Dr. Thomas Senghor. Dr. Gina Basi, Sisao,
Yes.
and Dr. Thomas Senghor. Can you just look at this?
Is there anything to show on this document that
Yes.
they are the ones that authored this document?
No, there is none.
And why is that the case?
It's here. It's here. No, it's here.
Please put it all together again because it has already been admitted in evidence. I just wanted you to confirm that it is two sets, one of the same,
Yes.
and that it is not properly arranged.
Yes.
Thank you. And that it doesn't have any authentication of who must have prepared this document.
Right.
And you were using this document as your basis for doing your work.
Yeah.
Can you
Because-
please
yes, because
respond on the
Yes,
mic?
because normally when you say research, we cannot just go and start research like that without having a proposal. That the proposal is the guide for the research.
Thank you. You can give her back the documents.
You can give them
Please
one.
put it all together again
You
and
can give them
staple it.
one. Yeah.
It's already admitted in evidence.
Okay. It's not complete. This one.
Council, you may proceed.
It's not complete.
How were they paid or remunerated?
Yes. Initially, when we started, after the team was identified, I asked them how are they going to pay it, because they said that, like, since they thought that it was only one-man show, not knowing that other medicals or professionals must be involved. So they didn't have the details of those persons. So what they did initially, they said, okay, why not we give you the funds, the initial stage, to pay them, excluding the researchers. It's just the support staffs. So I told them, anyway, from the research, from the project, it said good governance. I don't think that they have to give me the money.
You don't think?
They have to give me the money to go and pay them. But since the people, they've started the work and they have not been paid, so they asked me for their money. I told them, anyway, BCC must come and pay you. So I've been going back and forth with them until finally they gave me some of the staffs, their funds, to go and pay them, and they will also sign a voucher.
When
So-
was this?
When we started the kickstart of this project,
When did you start the project?
yes, so what I want to confirm here. Actually, I didn't print out that. I can't remember the actual date that we started.
Did you start in 2021?
2022.
2022?
Yes.
For the support staff?
Yes, 2022.
Because your acceptance letter is 2021 February.
Yes. 2022. We started 2022.
But when did you start?
When did I start?
Yes.
When did I start working with them?
Yes.
I started working with them in 2021,
2021
February.
February.
In February, yeah.
How many of you started in February 2021?
It was only me.
And when did you start having additional team members?
Before we start the project. After they have been identified.
Okay, if you don't have it on top of your head,
Yes.
we can give you time. We will be going for a tea break shortly, and you can arrange that piece of evidence and then provide us.
Okay.
Now, how was it decided as to how much they are going to be paid, the 17 of them?
The 17, 3,000 was decided to pay them, I believe,
Monthly?
per month. Just
For
it
how long?
wasn't actually a payment. It was just also as an allowance to support them, because they were already part of the hospital.
Yeah, for how long?
It was meant for 1 year. Then after the 1 year, because the project it has a timeline. but we couldn't reach the timeline.
What's the timeline?
The timeline was for 1 year.
1 year.
Yes.
And you could not be
Yes.
ready within a year.
Yes.
Why
So-
was that?
Because there were a lot of delays. And also the second aspect was like, we're talking about bonds. And normally in the Gambia, the time we mostly receive bond cases is during the Hamatan and the Ramadan. Hamatan and Ramadan. So you can see that but in between, you can have sometime 1 or 2 accidents that can happen. And also parents can bring their kids for the treatment. So since it was an agreement was a 1 year, even with cases or without cases, they still have to support the staffs who are there in case they can receive patients.
Why was it supposed to last 1 year?
That was the agreement.
No, but why? What is the relevance
That
towards
was
the research?
Yeah, that was the 1 year was given to us by us 10 people.
No, but you as an expert, why do you need 1 year?
No, 1 year I told them that it's not enough because it's a research.
No.
Because normally, I told them it's a research. We cannot identify the period that we have to start and also end. Because when it comes to research, at least we need a baseline. You understand? At the beginning of as a baseline, then we need also a midline and also the end line to evaluate the progress, the starting of it, because it's a new thing. We need to know what's happening. So once we do the baseline, we need to also go to the patient, explain to them about what we are supposed to do, or the hospital also what we are supposed to do. But for them, they didn't look into that. They have their own agenda. That, okay, let's do this just for 1 year, and we are done with it. That's why I dragged with them at least for 1 year before we can start this project, what we need to do, what we're supposed to do. Because research, we cannot just rush research.
So within
because
I
was already working for 5-year research.
Within the 1 year before the project started, what was you were still being paid?
I was paid because I had to oversee the health component, and the researchers also were paid as well because of the documents that they were writing, because they have to prepare a proposal. They have to also seek for consenting to start this work. They have to prepare also the questionnaire.
And they were paid for 1 year?
Yeah, they were
before they
paid.
started?
Yes. No. Yes, they were paid for 1 year. No, not up to 1 year, but between some months
before they
we
started.
can start. Yes.
But my point is, you said they had to do what? They had to write a proposal.
They have to develop a concept.
Concept note.
Then from a concept note
To get a consent from the Secretary General's office.
No. A concept, a research concept.
No, I had the concept note part.
Yes.
And you said consent. Did you say consent?
No, concept. And then also they have to prepare also a consent document for the patients.
Okay, concept document for patients.
Consent.
Okay.
They also have to prepare study questionnaire, the study tools.
And that will take 1 year?
Huh? No. It's a procedure because it's not part of their work. They also already have their own work they are doing. But they have been identified as researchers, so they have to prepare all this document before the project can, before the actual research can start. Come again?
Whose work?
The PI and the co-PI.
They're the ones to do this?
Yes.
Why did they not do it?
They were doing it.
How many of them?
2.
Okay. So only 2 were paid for a year?
For the period they started, when they started the work.
Okay.
Yeah. So also, along the line, after writing all those documents, they have to also seek for ethical clearance, because dealing with human subjects, they cannot just go and start the research without
Where are they
getting.
going to seek that from?
Come again?
Where?
Ethical from the hospital.
But the hospital has already given the green light for this.
Yes, they were already given the green light.
So there shouldn't be any technicality in that.
Of course, there must be, because it's research. They need ethical approval before they can reach the patients.
How does it work, the ethical approval? What is the procedure involved?
It will send to the scientific committee of the hospital. So the scientific committee, you have also, this document was submitted, and it also have to be presented.
How long does it take?
Presented panels.
How long will this take?
That was just, it's a procedure. We cannot tell you how long, because there's going to be back and forth. Back and forth. I can't tell you actually how long it takes, but at the end of the
no, from the point it was sent and received, how long?
This was sent April 6th.
Yes.
to the ethics committee. So because 2022.
22, okay.
Yes, ethics committee, and it was then sent to them, and it needs to be reviewed. So it's not only this document that they have to review.
When was the clearance received?
The clearance was received May 2nd.
So it's a month?
May 2nd, yes.
Let's say a month.
Yes.
Now, for how long did this team get paid monthly, the allowance? How long did it take altogether?
I can't remember how long, because I know that at the end of the research was for 1 year, and at the end there was also an extension.
For?
To continue with the research.
For how long?
For 6 months.
So altogether it's 1 year, 6 months?
Yes.
So they were paid 1 year, 6 months?
Yes.
Every month?
Every month.
Okay. And you were paid in total how much?
Per month?
Yes.
25.
25?
Yes.
You've asked for an additional $10,000. Was it given?
No.
Why?
They told me that, they didn't tell me any response because I was waiting for the letter.
So you have seen the budget. Did you exhaust the budget? What is budgeted for? And what is paid to you? Altogether?
I didn't see the budget. That was like the whole budget that was paid to me because they didn't even pay me all.
I mean the health component.
Yeah.
You saw you requested for the budget. At some point you were given the budget, correct?
Yes, but not actually what I was being paid.
Come again?
Not actually what I was being paid.
Not what you?
Was paid.
I don't understand what you mean.
That budget was to have an overview of how much is the health component.
Yes.
Especially the research aspect.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, was this budget exhausted based on the team that you guys formed?
I can't say
The
it was
purchase
exhausted.
of items or goods, the allowances paid, the $1.2 million.
1.2 million. 2.1 million.
2.1, sorry.
Yeah. I can't tell. I don't know whether it was exhausted.
You
Because
did not-
I wasn't dealing with them directly with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, they gave you some money to do some purchasing?
Purchasing, yes.
How much?
I can't remember how much. Normally, I request for certain things. So if I request what they cannot buy, that's what they will give me to buy.
Please proceed with your evidence.
Yes. If I cannot buy, what they cannot buy, that's what they will give me to buy. Like small consumables at the market, like towels and other things that the patients will need.
So you don't know how much altogether you were given?
No, I can't remember.
Were you given a check at any point in time?
According to my statement, it was mentioned that Mamlai mentioned that he gave me 125,000, which
Yes.
I cannot even remember. Him giving me the money. And
So
he is not here for me to ask him. To ask him what? Because anything that I am taking, I normally write a request. I will write a request to the project manager and then copy the CEO.
Do you have all your requests you've written for this?
I have them soft copy.
All of the requests?
Yes.
Only soft copy?
Yes.
Okay. During the break, we will try to see how we can
Okay.
extract that.
Only one is here, that is the recycling in materials that I have here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just hold on to that. Just hold on to that. Now, you have the report at the end of the research?
Yes, I have a preliminary findings of the research.
Preliminary findings?
Yes. Because remember, a proposal was written.
Yes.
Yes. So one of the outcomes was like to write at least the preliminary findings of the research. It's here. Then at the end, I have also informed them about the health component report that I have, the report
Let
that
me
was
see
also
the-
submitted. Which one do you want first?
The two of them?
Both of them?
The two of them?
Yes, because I have one here, which is part of the outcome of it regarding the bond research. 2 patients. So I don't think, unless you request for it, that I will give it to you.
How many patients did you examine during this process?
42.
42.
We have 42.
Just a little bit short of the target.
Yes, because it's a research. We have our limitations.
what would you say is the difference between a preliminary result and a final result?
So preliminary, let them look at it, and then at the end we'll submit the full report.
Was that done?
That was done. That
full
was done, but they did not reply back.
You they didn't reply to the preliminary result?
Yes, I sent it to, because I was directly communicating with Jonas. So when he looked at it, he mentioned to me that it is approved, it's okay. What you need to know is whether it was done, whether we have reached our sample size. You understand? But the unfortunate thing that what they wanted is for us to complete the 52, which was not possible, the 52 patients. Even with the 42 patients that we have seen, I think 26 or 21 were eligible for this.
So do you take this as a final report, or is it still a preliminary result that is yet to be responded to?
Yes, because we have to also report it.
Yes, to what?
We have to, it's not yet finalized.
Okay.
It's not the complete thing.
It's not complete?
Yes. So I was waiting for them to reply, because we can give them, this is from the researchers themselves.
And when was this, when was the preliminary result prepared? But there's no date on this?
There's no date.
No
unless
date,
I check,
it's not authenticated?
Yes, unless I check the dates online, because it was, all my correspondence was online, unless I check the date that they sent it to me.
Yes, but my point is, you cannot tell from the document because there's no date, no signature.
Yeah, that's why. Yes, that's why I say it's not yet finalized.
But this should be in 2022?
2023 or 22?
2023?
Yes.
Ending of 2022 or 2023?
End of 2023.
2025?
Yes.
Why do we not have a report still?
We're waiting for them to review and then give us the go-ahead.
I am not saying you are at fault yet.
Right.
I am asking a question as to why we don't have a report. Did you write back to them?
I wrote back to Jonas.
When was this?
The same time when I sent him to this.
Waiting for their reaction to this?
Yes.
And they still haven't provided any?
Because they were expecting like the team from Austin to come, and we have also like the dissemination of this before they can finally approve it. But unfortunately, there was back and forth. The team couldn't come to complete.
We applied to tender the preliminary results, and also a memo addressed to the project coordinator from the health component consultant. The date is 8th of July 2023. With the subject health component report, January to June 2023, to be admitted into evidence and marked as exhibits. Why do you not sign your documents?
It's signed up in the memo where my name is.
Come again?
Where my name is highlighted.
I can't hear you.
Because this is the printout.
Yes.
Yes.
Where are the signed copies?
It's with them. I submitted everything. These are printout that I printed to this morning.
Can you provide
And
us,
then also-
can you, Madam Sanyang, can you provide us with the evidence of you writing to them, submitting these documents?
Yes.
So
It's
that,
online.
we will correlate that to the report, because there are no authentications in all of these reports
Yes.
that you have presented to us.
Okay.
Send us the emails.
The emails?
Yes.
Okay, that's
Please
fine.
note it down so that you will not
Yeah.
forget.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And Council, there was also a letter that was submitted by the CityLink Banjul Austin to inform the hospital that the project is coming to an end. That's the end of the Health EU project. I have a copy here. That was sent to me by Jonas. Then later on, I asked them to print it out, sign it, and send it to the hospital.
Yes. Let's have these documents admitted first.
Okay, let me hold this one. Oh.
Council, it's 11:30.
Yes.
We will admit all documents together when we come back.
As the commission.
Thank you. We may rise.
Matter.